I don't actually know why you clicked on the video this time around. If you want answers, you'll get your damn answers, but I'm afraid it will be at the cost of a lot more questions. Can you beat Zenlezz Zone Zero with only one character? This means one character per mission, no switching, no synergies, and no bang boos either, because for some stupid reason we still respect their rights? I don't know, maybe I'm getting a bit too woke. I even stopped being racist to robots. Last time I had my fun playing on the construction site and broke a lot of safety laws, and now PubSec wants to have a chat.
If I'd known it'd be so hard to find a parking space, I would have suggested the metro.
Sorry, it's my bad. I forgot to check if there was parking before we left. Well, you haven't been exercising much lately, have you? Consider this a workout session.
That's so patronizing, Mr. Wise Guy. I'd rather you just called me fat straight up.
Says who? I get plenty of exercise. Like running around in Eos's body in the hollow and stuff.
Okay, you win. If I don't say yes, I'll never hear the end of it.
Maybe I was a bit too harsh on Mr. Wise. Maybe he got women all figured out.
Why is the signal so weak?
What's wrong, Belle?
Oh, look out! Don't tell me it's broken.
We are united in grief today over the unfortunate passing of Ms. Zenlezz Zone Zero. She was a kind soul, and I pray that she may rest in peace to the sound of heaven's trumpets. So, now that Belle is dead, we are forced to play as Wise for the rest of the series. I may not survive to the end.
If you two are ever around 6th Street, Belle and I would love to welcome you to our video store.
So you live on 6th Street. I expect we'll run into each other soon.
Oh no, the cops are onto us! Quick, Belle, hide the drug! Oh, right. I forgot.
I'm not sure why, but something feels different about this bang-boo. It looks unusually clever, almost cunning.
So why is a Connie calling me cunning? Listen, only I'm allowed to have fancy wordplay in this video, okay? Why is she eating the radiation super corruption demon thingy?
Don't touch that!
Is she
All
stupid?
non-forensic officers are prohibited from handling evidence without proper authorization. Besides, it's too risky, even if you've undergone corruption resistance treatments.
Good morning, Juyuan, Qingyi.
Good morning, Wise.
Wonderful. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have recruited a single participant yet.
Sorry guys, but you guys fucking suck at this. You guys are awful.
Now that you mention it, there is something I'd like to ask you.
I'm sorry, Qingyi. You seem like a great lady, but my heart is occupied by another. And I'm not trying to catch a case, okay? Especially after doing so many Diddy jokes already, it would not be good publicity, okay?
Calm down now, gentlemen. We're public security officers. What's going on here?
A flustered bang-boo was caught at the scene of the crime. This is that very bang-boo.
Isn't that bang-boo give change from the 141 convenience store?
Officers, there's been tons of bang-boo committed crimes in the city lately. You gotta help me find evidence linking this bang-boo to the crime, so we can hold it accountable for my losses.
This isn't just about Give Change's reputation, officers. They could lose their job. You simply must uncover the truth and prove Give Change's innocence.
Wait, what? I didn't realize Bang Boos actually had rights. Good thing I respected their rights for the challenge, or else I would have had some angry knocks on my front door.
The only time I've seen Tin Master this agitated is when I asked for instant coffee.
I can't. I can't believe I'm stuck with this guy's shitty jokes for the rest of the series now. I need to figure out how to revive Belle ASAP. I'm just gonna skip past this little police interview because nothing super interesting happens challenge-wise, but I will mention the name Water. That may ring a bell if you watched the last video. So let's go participate in the gacha pond. I see it, I see that fucking ass. I think H2O more like home to go, cause that's where she's going.
Here I come. It's my turn to shine.
Well, shit. Yeah, so basically, I lied last episode. That's all. That's all there is to it. But hey, Nyakomata is also really good, so let's go start building.
Mixologist Burnice. So glad to see
1, 2, 3, triple fake cow, crisscross apple sauce. You can't trust me, baby. I literally killed the MC like 2 minutes ago. You can't trust me. Let's discuss Water. In the real game, she counts as an off-field DPS, which means she has a good burst, but her consistent damage is not as good. And you would usually have a main DPS to be out in the field most of the time. Well, that doesn't apply to me, does it now? Usually her by far best disc drive set would be Chaos Jab, but because a large part of the value comes from its switching effect, it's actually not optimal for me. Instead, I opted in for 4 pieces of Inferno Metal, which gives 28% crit rate when she procs a bird, and she is quite good at proccing the bird. And eventually, down the road, I would like to get 2 pieces of Chaos Jazz for the Anomaly Proficiency bonus. 4 pieces of Chaos Jazz plus 2 pieces of Inferno Metal would lead to a base damage boost of 30 Proficiency plus 50% fire damage plus 10% fire damage. 4 piece Inferno plus 2 piece Chaos leads to 30 Proficiency plus 10% fire plus 28% crit on burns. Even with my shitty stats of 18% crit rate and 56% crit damage in burn windows, this would end up being 40% chance to get 56% damage boost, which ends up being a 25% overall damage boost, and this will only get better as I stop using absolute garbage as my discs. This build has a higher potential ceiling, works well around her bursty nature, and allows me to have more damage sources, which is always good for damage calculations, but also feels more fun than just going basic water. I want mild water with a bit of spice in it, a bit of the mountain minerals, you feel me? However, there are 2 builds I will prioritize later in this video over this one, and I'll talk more about that when the time comes. I don't really mention Holo Zero, the roguelike mode, mostly because I want to make a dedicated video on it, but me and Water ended up in a bit of a situation. This is said situation. Basically, I got the buff that gives me more damage the lower health I am, and so I put myself on 3 HP and was like, it's fine. It can't be that bad, can it? And literally the next enemy is a robot that has the almost undodgeable minigun. 2 of them. Usually this attack is not a problem at all. Mainly because it does ASMR levels of damage. But I'm dealing with ASMR levels of health. I'm hitting you with the cheeky warning straight from the start. I'm speeding up the death montages because there's going to be a lot of death montages in this video. You see, the thing about me, I don't believe in such measly concepts, such as luck. As a mathematician, I understood that the odds were not on my side. They did not bring me any favors whatsoever. But you see, the beauty of the indomitable human spirit is that no matter what, no matter how hard it gets, it will inevitably prevail. If you're interested in the strategy I used to be in that fight, it was called do the fight enough times that the robots don't use the Gatling gun attack for one of those attempts. And you win. Easy peasy. Lemon drizzled cake squeezy. I could lie and say the rest of the run went by swimmingly, but water was not made for swimming. But I ended up winning in the end, like I always will. Distractions aside, let's get into more distractions. I pulled the Brimstone, which is really good. It's the S rank attack W drive. This is as best as I'm basically ever gonna get for all attack characters and probably for a lot of non-attack characters too. Corin is a happy girl today and she fucking deserves it for carrying my ass so many times. So now that I've spent all this time building Miss Water, I'm obviously gonna use her in chapter 3. That would only make sense from a narrative perspective. A red herring is something that misleads or distracts from a relevant or important question. It may either be a logical fallacy or a literary device that leads readers or audiences towards a false conclusion. Damn, Haz, you live like this?
Nicole, the airship is almost here, and you still haven't finished packing.
Yeah, call her ass on.
That note, Nicole, do you really need to pack so many things for court?
Don't tell me. It's another debt collection message from one of our loan sharks.
Nuh-uh. Put a sock in it, Nekomata. We don't owe anybody any money these days. Except for Faithin. And those other 5 loan sharks.
Why are there more debts than last month?
Never change, Nicole. Never change.
Faithin!
Can be.
Do I smell some gossip?
Shut up! You're supposed to be in hell fighting demons. Get back down there. Miss Rain, an infamous new Erudian hacker who needs to decrypt Horse's homework folder, is apparently in the Ballet Twins tower. Why? You're asking the wrong guy. But I guess we're about to find out.
The Ballet Twins.
Ooh. Impressive.
Very nice.
It may look all glitzy. He doesn't feel right.
Be careful, everyone. There's thick fog in here. It may hold danger.
What? Why is this a horror game now? Like, I did not sign up for the horror game. You look up the game on Google, it says action adventure RPG gachapon. No, I didn't. No. The thing about Anton is that he's completely, absolutely useless until he stacks up enough energy to go drill mode. And once you press your skill and you go drill mode, you go drill. If you are in a relationship with the drill, then Anton is the home-wrecking son of a bitch that she cheats on you with. This new area is actually quite fun because it has some new enemy types, which makes these levels feel more refreshing and not just a scenery skin swap. Go! Chill!
Argos? Scissors?
Are we talking Edward or Yuri? Because those are very different things.
You are all very skilled. It's no wonder you are able to walk around the building unhindered. But please, stop there.
A wolf siren.
We call them furries, Nakamata.
I will allow you 30 seconds to explain your presence before I decide whether or not...
Oh my god, I'd recognize that saw anywhere. Corin! Corin! My girl! My goat!
Both the floors and one's weapon should be kept in pristine
Hi
condition, have I
Corin!
not?
How you been, bestie?
Sorry, Mr. Lycon. I'm really sorry. Oh, Miss Nekomata and the investigator.
Corin, do you know them?
Yes, Mr. Lycon. They're the nice people who helped me out of Hollow that time.
If you aren't mere trespassers, that makes things easier. Allow me to introduce ourselves.
Why are we just aura farming for no reason?
Victoria Housekeeping.
Victoria Housekeeping. Never heard of you.
Hey, Ambi, you're being so blunt. You'll embarrass them.
Victoria Housekeeping primarily serves a small number of high net worth individuals in New Eridu and does not aim for popularity amongst the general public.
I feel like we're being looked down on, but I can't think of a comeback.
Don't worry, I can. Why you got 2 names in your first name? Alexandrina, more like shut up with your stupid demeanor. Got him. Anytime, kitty.
I'm glad to see you again, too.
But what are you doing here? This is the Master's property. The association shouldn't have any missions here.
Corin, the answer's obvious, isn't it?
She means that our guests aren't really investigators.
Huh? Not investigators?
Why are you guys bullying my sweet pumpkin pie goat? I'll kill you all! Sorry, I get emotional about Corin. My hair's got confiscated by the law, but I got Corin and Licky Licky, so it's not all bad. Meanwhile, Belle in hell was playing on the slot machines. And she did the thing.
Eradicate all evil.
Everyone's been saying, oh, he's gonna pull Miyabi and the game is gonna solo itself. Solo challenge, more like Miyabi challenge. For a long time, I thought there's no way she's that broken.
It's over.
But she really is. I did all the testing and building for her on stream, so here's a few highlights. She put 6 foot on her dating profile, just so she gets more dates, but she is a filthy liar, because the ears do not count. Listen, if I go down in history as someone of value, and then 700 years later, a Chinese gacha game turns me into an anime girl, I just pray it's not a lolly. Just give me like big titties and then you can turn me into any anime girl. You don't need to give me big titties. Honestly, just don't make me a lolly. Just do not make me a lolly. That's the only thing I ask for. Anything else, just go ahead, bro. Tarnish my legacy as much as you want. I don't give a fuck. Just don't turn me into a lolly. But if you turn me into a lolly, I will come back from my grave. I will just like shove my hand through the ground, fly towards the character designer, and strangle him to death. Then I'll pull their corpse down into the ground with me. You just use Branch and Blade Song as your 4-piece. I guess the 2-piece can depend, but the vast majority of the time you're just gonna go 2-piece Woodpecker for the crit rate. She's built mainly like a traditional crit DPS, meaning you want big crit rate and even bigger crit damage. Anomaly proficiency is also very good to have though. In terms of W drives, both water and ice, heavenly combo when you wake up at 3 AM by the way. Use Forest Gourmet as it is the best free-to-play option for anomaly DPS in my personal opinion. And I did end up scrambling about enough resources to 5-star its overcharge, so this is as good as it's ever gonna get. You have to consciously play around the effect of Rainforest by saving energy and trying to time your big damage combos as you drain your energy, but if you do align your bursts properly, your damage output becomes pretty nuts. But the crime of being too demonically overpowered, the young fox was banished to hell. While roaming the flames, she ran into a bell. Thereby goes a rumor of a tower so tall, if you climb up its walls, you can escape from it all. A second breath to your life. Some say it will give. My only advice is fight for your fate. Live, live, live! The Battle Tower, a challenge to rival all challenges. 25 floors of progressively more difficult encounters, and any damage you take will stick with you until you reach a checkpoint. Miyabi is strong. Major understatement, so why not use that strength to do something crazy, to do something insane, to do something that they said could never be done. Operation Don't Fear the Reaper begins. Floors 1 through 4 aren't too bad at all as they consist of basic enemies and some mini bosses. Miyabi has great AoE damage, so this isn't really a problem. Floor 5 is where we meet our old friend, the Dead End Butcher. As you can see, the enemies have already matched my level and it's only gonna get worse from here. I do die to him once, mainly because I kinda forgot what he does. It's kinda been a while, but the Butcher is bested on the second attempt. Meanwhile, in the realm of the living.
Great! You guys finally made it.
I can't switch back to intake mode!
I told you not to use that cheap black market junk.
Alright, cut it out. Does it really matter if Billy can't breathe?
Yo, what the fuck, Nicole? You can't just say that. I thought it was your friend.
What's wrong, Anby? Something bothering you? I'm concerned once the proxy works with another squad, they'll notice a significant difference in the quality of service and won't want to work with us again.
Don't be silly, Anby. The cunning hairs are first class, I'll have you know.
Besides, we have a relationship with Vathan. Those guys, they're completely new. Nothing to worry about.
She realized she is not built for this.
Dear guide, would you be so kind as to look at this map with the Ballet Twins?
We do a cheeky upright up while we're trying to import a cheat code, find rain, get the fuck out of there. How bad can it really be? Poopin' bamboo. Funny. Wow! Little guy mode! This bamboo parkour stuff has a lot of potential. I just hope it becomes more interesting than walking in a straight line in the future. Uppies, 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 Rena, me want uppies, Rena, uppies.
The lights are flickering faster. Let's hurry, everyone.
Right!
What the fuck is that, man? He does not do nearly as much damage in the actual game as this. If this cutscene was realistic, he would have taken 3 minutes to kill those 2 enemies, okay? I'm not having this lick on propaganda shoved in my face right now, okay?
Mind your step now, dear.
Yeah, I actually got the OP.
I'll do my best. Oh my, are you hurt?
Not good. I suggest we withdraw and take some time to rest. Victoria Housekeeping will investigate the cause of the blackout, and we will surely find a way through.
Well, while those guys are busy with the door, I celebrate Chinese New Year and got me a new Nicole skin. So I brought her up to speed with her levels and abilities and jumped straight back into the ballet towers. There is no thinking behind this decision. Pretty skin make brain chemical happy, so fingers press better.
Master Proxy, you're back! You took your sweet time. If you weren't back soon, my phone was gonna run out of battery.
Bitch! Bring a power bank next time. It ain't hard.
Ah, wonderful. You've made contact. Please press the switch. I'll be here to monitor the power.
I can't do that, Lycon. That's quite literally the whole point of the challenge. Not only do you do 0 damage, but you're also dumb.
It opened. Great.
It's thanks to our great guide that we could restore power so quickly.
What's that up ahead?
Do you recognize this backpack?
Yeah, this is definitely Rain's. So she really has been here.
Music.
It's a playback device.
Watch out!
Since we've been invited to dance, I suppose we should oblige. Started. Does that mean that...
Hey! Ethereal! Over here!
It seems someone is trying to use ethereals against us.
Did Rain do this? No, she couldn't.
Ellen, lead one of them conscious.
Thanks for that just now. Ellen, what's wrong? She needs help!
It's nothing. She's just asleep.
Damn, she's just like me for a... Sorry, what's going on? Oh, is Rena torturing a guy? God damn, I wish that was me. Meanwhile, in hell, our long trek up the tower continues. I used one of my tuning calibrators to guarantee a branch and blade song crit rate main stat relic, which ended up with some decent sub-stats too. Crit rate on the 4th slot is best in slot, this is Miyabi's best stat and is quite RNG to farm normally. You can basically assume that I'm farming for all manner of things in the background to make my characters stronger, especially disk drives, as these are the best way to buff my characters at the moment. Earlier I mentioned 2 sets which I will prioritize farming, one being Branch and Blade Song, as I need a good enough Miyabi build to be able to actually beat the tower, and the second set is Woodpecker. Woodpecker Electro is the holy grail set for this challenge. Maybe it's not gonna be the most optimal set on every character, but if I am able to farm out a great Woodpecker set with enough crit rate and damage, this can be used on quite literally every character and they should all do very good damage with it. It's kind of a jack of all trades set for doing damage and can turn almost any character into a DPS essentially. I will still build specific characters for specific purposes, however a good Woodpecker build will allow me to plug and play whoever I need whenever I need them. I am not close to reaching that point yet, but that's the sort of end goal. Yeah, the death counters are eating good today. Shielded, Defender, Omega. Some may recognize him as a member of the notorious Eliminate Looter II quest, which beat my ass mercilessly. The major issue with this fight is that the boss generates a shield which can only be removed by either shocking them or stunning them by filling their daze bar. So I was left with 3 major options. Level up Anton a bit more so he can compete with the enemies at this level, or I can remember that I did get a free Harusama that I can use as well, or I can just brute force the fight with Miyabi. If you guessed the stupid option, ding 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 ding. Ding ding ding, you are correct. When the blue shield is up, nothing I own does damage to the bot. This means that the general strategy was hit it until it gets stunned, then unleash maximum burst in that stun period. Once the defender comes out of stun, there will be a few seconds where it won't pop the shield, but during this time it will take 50% reduced damage, so not great either way. However, the funny thing about the indomitable human spirit is that as long as there is a way, it will be found. So after an 8-minute torturous battle, and do not ask me how many hours of attempts prior, the fucking clanker is dead! I'm sorry I had to pull out this slur this one time. Please don't tell Alfie. Please. Floor 10 was an absolute cakewalk compared to what I just went through. And with that, Belle and Miyabi are climbing ever closer to the beauty of life itself. Back in the realm of the living, it's time to go save Rain. And who would be more suited for this job than Miss Water herself? Let's go! Retreat!
Oh dear! Leaving so soon, dear guests?
Time for a nap! Nap time!
I'm not doing it. I'm not making another fucking ZZZ sleepy joke. Enough is enough.
Hey, manager, we've got trouble! Things just went down big time on the airship. He opened his suitcase, smoke exploded everywhere. Then everyone on the ship passed out, including the pilot. I was saved by my air intake malfunction. It's flying straight toward the hollow where the Ballet Twins are. Won't be long now until we plunge straight in. Oh no, is this the end?
Victoria Housekeeping is currently with the proxy and the Ballet Twins attempting to save Miss Rain. If we can save her in time, we may still be able to change the airship's final destination.
Guess we got 15 minutes? Let's go save Rain even faster than we were planning to save her a couple seconds ago.
Let's hurry, everyone.
No, Rain, please, no, we still need you to save the actually cool characters. Yes! And be safe!
Master, I have located a hollow exit leading to the rooftop of the building. The exit is located near Ballet Twins Tower B. Estimated travel time, 7 minutes.
Whoa, 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 whoa. They made the whole place woolly. Oh no, the game gave me a full heal. That can only mean one thing. It's time to tango.
The ethereal from the atrium.
And now there's two of them. Oh, okay, sure. Why not?
Rest assured, Master Proxy. For Victoria housekeeping, it's plenty of time.
Your wish is our command.
Why are they all like pulling up like they're about to do anything? It's a Miss Water solo masterclass and nothing else. Wait, why do I feel like she's gonna... What's ballet to flamenco is just a silly little dance.
Our mission continues. Onward.
Manager, I'm over here!
10 seconds remaining.
Hurry up! We're not gonna make it!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And with the combined teamwork of Miss Water and the wolf in wolf's clothing, everyone was saved to live happily ever after. The end?
What's that sound?
The way things are, I better get the heck out of New Eridu pronto!
Thank you both for saving me. I don't know how I'll ever repay you.
Don't say that. It's thanks to you we saved the airship.
Their main reason for attacking the airship was to get rid of Perlman. They also mentioned some sacrifice?
I wanted to decrypt the data on that memory unit as soon as possible. But now I'm a little nervous to find out what's on it.
Master, a fragment of audio data has been detected.
So, Horse's homework folder contained audio files? Is he into that ASMR shit? Bit freaky, I guess, but it's got nothing on your boy.
Just tell me, the monster in the monument. What is it? It's called a sacrifice.
What did he say?
Meanwhile in hell, the climb continues. Floor 11 has 2 dogs. Oh, sorry, my bad. Floor 11 had 2 dogs. Floor 12 has 2 giants. Oh, sorry, once again, my bad. Floor 12 had 2 giants. Floor 13 had these fellas and they died by my blade. Floor 14 had my arch nemesis, Mr. Bull Guy Legolas. But it wasn't too bad. I'm so used to their timings at this point that it's not a big problem. And floor 15 had our old friend Pompeii, but a much more sinister, harder variant. This guy, man, this fucking guy was the bane of my existence for so damn long, even including the fire weakness. Burnice just does not do enough damage to kill him in time. You know shit is getting serious when I'm using her government. I also gave Corey a quick chance, but it's hard for Corey to stick on him to constantly upkeep the DPS, which leads us straight into our first major problem. This boss just loves running around, driving away, driving in circles from you, and just wasting my time in general, and time is the most important resource here. I only have 10 minutes to beat him, Once the timer runs out, so does my existence. This means I cannot play safe. I need to do as much damage as physically possible at every single point of time, because if I don't, I will just not have enough DPS to finish this. Miyabi has pretty good range, and her 6-stack Shimotsuki stance does teleport you towards the boss most of the time, so you don't miss out on too much damage. But even so, there were times where I missed attacks because it just ran away to the other side of the arena for no reason. The initial difficulty laid in the 6-point lasers. There is no sound tell, but you can see their opacity increase until the big boom. But with the amount of particles that Miss Miyabi produces, I simply could not see anything at all. There was no tell. Eventually I just learned to raw dog the timing with no tells. The only other awful attack is the driving, I guess? 90% of the time, his basic driving does not have a hitbox, but then sometimes it randomly does and runs you over, and it's genuinely impossible to dodge. No sound tells, no visual tells that I can at least see, nothing. Thankfully, if you react to the initial hit quickly enough, you can dodge out of it and not take too much damage. But if the boss uses this move 5 or 6 times during the fight, it chips away at you heavy. But this mainly affects phase 2, where there are some attacks that I can live if I have most of my health bar, but if phase 1 chips me down enough, it's no mistakes allowed mode. But even if I played completely perfectly, the damage was simply not quite there. So I had to do some rethinking. I was using an attack percent slot 5 because it had the best sub stats, but most of the time elemental damage increase does just end up being better. I mixed and matched around and then tested and found that the damage is very comparable. But the ice one gave me more defensive stats, which I decided to rock for a while. The thought process behind this was same damage but more tanky means maybe I'll live more. I was trying to abuse the placebo effect on my own self. It didn't do shit. I needed more. I did not farm for Miyabi's 4th talent because you need to beat a spoiler boss, and I didn't want to do more spoiler bosses because I feel like it's more hype to encounter them naturally in the story progression. But I did discover that I can trade in Z merits to get the materials instead of doing the fight, and luckily I had just enough to fully max out Miyabi. I think it's finally time to address the elephant in the room. I am level 50. Pompeii is level 70. Flashback to the first chapter where I explained the hidden mechanic which makes enemies much tankier the further the level gap between the enemy and your character is. The little Nikola Tesla that lives in my head developed the brightest bulb known to man. I realized that penetration is by far the best start for me, at least as of right now. Because the enemies have inflated defenses, this means I get more value from the percentage penetration. And the damage boost is pretty damn significant. On average, I would kill the first phase about 10 seconds or so faster, and potentially even faster at times if everything went by super smoothly / perfectly. Which it did not most of the time, but hey, the theory was solid. I also assume the boss becomes tankier in phase 2, which means that it will do even more damage in phase 2, which is the more difficult phase. But while researching while writing the script, I actually learned that phase 2 just has a lot more health, but not actually more defensive stats. My stats right now are pretty good. Not enough crit rate because Miyabi realistically wants 80%, and where crit damage and straight up attack would not hurt at all. Is this enough damage to actually kill the boss in time? Genuinely not sure. I could spend days trying to maybe RNG better relics, but where's the fun in that when I can just bash my head against the bike until it's scrap metal? I said my piece, so now I'll let the gameplay speak for itself. Listen, I wish I was recording my vocals during this moment, because the way I scram after this moment was insane. I have no words. Anything I could write into the script right now will never top the absolute cinema which was that fight. You may have noticed from my gameplay that I was panicking in those last 20 seconds, just trying to push through as much burst damage as I could feasibly force out of this Fox girl. I genuinely thought that it's over. I just didn't have enough damage to push through. But I persevered, and my perseverance was rewarded with a diamond rank as I moved closer and closer to escaping literal hell. Don't worry, Belle, I'll get you out of here. I just genuinely don't know if I can stand the Wiser's Dumbass much longer, yet said challenge may become much harder to achieve since I cannot rely on Miyabi going forward, and instead will have to rely on some of our old friends, and maybe even new enemies. If you're intrigued, well, I guess you'll have to see it for yourself in the next chapter, my dear Proxy. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, maybe sub to the boy no BDSM, and hope you stay aboard this journey to solo new Eridu. Farewell.